The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it.
New day, here I come.
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Fucking meth, basically.
Here we are again, my broken bird. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man.
Wow.
It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately. Every cell in your body is moaning in agony, asking, what did we ever do to you?
Oh, poor fellas. I'm sorry, Charles. It's all me. It's my fault.
Now, you're finally thinking about something other than yourself. Let's see how far that'll get you.
I'm an artist and liver damage is my art. I think I need medical attention.
Oh yes, they'll check you out, give you some pills, make it all okay. The Wonder Makers.
Don't be stupid, Harry. It's not happening. They don't make new kidneys and livers in hospital. All you've got to do is pray to God it passes and stare at the flickering darkness.
You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people, really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
Human beings will always betray you.
How many promises have you kept lately, Sir Harry? To the great see-through world. The tenderness.
Thou art honorable and just, sire. 'Tis the snakes who are vile, hissing in the grass.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Put on your prettiest face for the masses.
Oh, it's over. It's been shorter and without dreams. Okay, so it actually recovers everything. So you do want to stay low on these stats on health and morale. So do I shoot more of drugs or nah? It's only 1 hour, that's barely anything. Maybe I should save for when it comes to rolls. I don't know. I don't know if, how expensive they are and how often you can buy, come by them.
The door is closed.
I feel like this girl would be detrimental in this case. She's like right next door, but it's really hard to catch her. And it's going to be like, oh, she was right there the whole time. Let's just shut everything in. You just press this. How do you do it? How do you take in? Huh. Quick select. Space to continue. Substances can be administered during dialogues. Tools are context sensitive. Yeah, why can't I do that though? Huh. Only one per day? Maybe? But then, that's a new day.
There it is, a brave little army in your pocket. The 1st Smokes platoon. 20 brave souls standing in salute, ready to step into fire for you, sir.
Yeah, 20, but not really. It's only three.
You picked the best one. This soldier is fat and succulent. What are you waiting for? Light up. Re-become yourself.
Oh yes, Bratan! Please light up!
Uh-oh.
You need a trooper between your lips right now! Calm your shit down! Go to Pleasureland! Become a genius!
Maybe that's why it wasn't on my neck. What the fuck? How much did I miss of necktie talking? Oh my god. Light it up.
Get a load of this rock and roll cop here, people. Johnny Thundercop fishes a cheap lighter out of his pants. With a flick of the thumb, there's fire. A primal satisfaction. Here we go.
What are repercussions if I do this?
Repercussions? There's a high risk of glory, with a mild chance, cool genius. Smoking makes you into an intellectual. Everybody knows that. It will help you concentrate a bit. That much is true. It only lets you concentrate because you're in nicotine withdrawal. It only mitigates its own. Blah, blah, blah. Boring. Light it up.
Dip that bad boy in the flame and breathe in.
Thick, warm smoke gets sucked down into your lungs. Immediately, you feel a warm nostalgia fill your head, body, and soul. A nostalgia for yourself. The man you were in your youth. Johnny Thundercop is back, and he's chill as balls.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a cigarettes button.
Yeah. How the hell do you use it? Oh! So you need to press on the number. And polyhedron.
Whoa. In your hand, Pyrrolidon, the double rainbow of synthetic
Pyrrolidon,
hallucinogens.
yeah, not
Rare
polyhedron.
and gritty. A product of the age of atomic power.
Look at the little puck of liquid.
What a funny little cap. Don't let the scary medical warnings throw you off. It's an inadequate antidote to radiation poisoning, but a potent antidote to boredom.
Wait, radiation poisoning sounds scary.
It's not gonna give you radiation poisoning, stupid. Pyrrolidon is a perfect match for a badass junkie cop who's looking for a little heat.
Open the cap.
The container is warm to the touch. Or is that just the anticipation? You screw the lid open and look. A little slit on the side lets you just slurp it up. Like an oyster. Come on, slurp it. You suck a manly dose of the extremely chemical-smelling liquid into your mouth. There, it seeps into your tongue. When you swallow, it's already almost all gone.
Tastes like an anti-radiation drug.
It tastes like many things, all melting into one conflagration in the back of your throat. As you look around, the world slowly exists, as it did before. Only now, gentle flames lick at its edges, as though it were a photo burning.
Oh god, on fire.
Not really. It's just a metaphor. The effect of that otherworldly drop of liquid is slower, more subtle than that of real flames, yet just as warm.
Alright, that's not going to be for long. Will I be able to stand straight and walk?
Why not? This government-developed substance seems very non-intrusive. You could even operate heavy machinery. Fire machinery.
This is going to be so useful in my line of work.
Already you can tell you're going to be slurping a lot more Pyrrolidon.
I got
This stuff is going
level
to give
up
you
already,
insight
just
into
doing
that
drugs.
little flickering light hidden in all human beings.
In the bottom right corner of the screen,
I should get alcohol too in there. Alright. What should I do? So Psyche was actually only enhanced by the thought I finished. Could go for another thought, I guess. There was an interesting one with the gear. I can finish that and then sell the boot. Nothing
Yes?
new. I found out what the pail is while you were gone.
Wonderful. What is your takeaway?
He does not seem surprised. Wait, you're not surprised?
I can't stop a grown man from learning about the fundamental geographic and anthropogenic features of our world, can I?
Perhaps I should have tried, he thinks. Perhaps I was overprotective, is what's insinuated.
It seems unreal.
It all seems unreal, detective. In actuality, the pale is no more unreal than, say, water or death. Or that we are stuck behind our eyes, between our own ears, talking.
He looks around, pensive suddenly.
Excuse me, large topics are not my forte. You seem stable enough. Keep it that way. Now, was there anything else, or should we get to it?
Now I'm more aware of the time and concerned about it running out. Yeah. Maybe I should do skill checks with the ceiling. Wait, are those more cops?
Like shit.
Men with sunglasses. Your ruffled face reflects in the man's sunglasses.
And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
You can't leave it like that. Spin it on its head. Engage caps lock.
I know, it's intentional.
Like undercover?
The woman in the RCM uniform interjects.
Well, as far as disguises go, this is
Wait,
one of
this
the
is-
best I've
this is
seen.
our-
I mean, I could swear you're an actual bum.
This is my partner in a wig.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What you want?
He scans you from head to toe.
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face. He might be wearing a disguise.
Cool shades, are you wearing a disguise?
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
He looks at you inquisitively, but like,
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response. Something to click. It's not happening though. Who is this guy?
why would you disguise yourself when you are already in a cop uniform?
You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him.
Tell me the truth, do you know me from somewhere? Come on, now you... it's only... the only option here? Can't you just pretend that you know this guy already? So he doesn't freak out?
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
Another life.
From where? From another life?
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the...
He pauses.
To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
Oh wait, what was it? 47? No wait, 41? 57 was Kim's 41st, right?
Okay, that's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere.
He gives you a long, meaningful look and adds,
Somewhere good.
let's talk more about that hypothetical Station 41 you mentioned.
Okay.
What? Oh, the hypothetical, for one, yeah, let's fantasize about that. He blinks aggressively. I'm not busy, you are not busy. Let's just play around. So what would be our relationship? So what would our relationship be in this alternative universe?
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment?
Kim's cooler than you.
I'm sure he's fucking flattered. But Kim is not part of this thought experiment. In this one, we're partners.
The lieutenant is silent.
You seem a bit of a drag, no offense, but I could do better.
None taken, my friend. None taken. Let's be honest. There's been some purely fictional talk in our imaginary station in regards of who'd even be worthy of your partnership. And the conclusion is that a man with your caliber should form his own one-man policing unit. Anyone else would just slow you down.
Do you have a crime to solve?
Oh no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you work.
This isn't helping.
She says, shaking her head and looking at the man with sunglasses disapprovingly. So they just here to watch me work? Two more people just doing nothing but control me? Like, ugh. What a waste. Who else is in our imaginary police station?
You're not going to believe this, but police officers.
The man pauses for dramatic effect.
Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, and not getting that drink on at 2 o'clock. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lang.
Who is the far-out son of Long?
Oh, it's you, you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you.
Want to tell me more about Jim? Or her?
Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth. You are not the son of Lang.
He's trying to protect you from further rough handling, dished out by this sunglassed man. Okay, yes, you get the joke. Leave it at that.
I can't imagine it anymore.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
His grey eyes suddenly flash above the glass frames. They feel sad.
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of compassion in that sadness.
Kim, who is this guy?
I'm not getting involved in this.
He shakes his head.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder. He just doesn't recognize them.
Got some questions for you, I'm a cop.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like?
A very tasteful picture of Sumerian cop. La Guel Melee.
No! You will not start blabbering about that asshole.
The man in the sunglasses raises his fist.
He didn't answer your question.
Now, will you answer some questions for me?
No.
Don't you have to?
No, he doesn't.
If I wasn't clinically depressed, I'd burst out laughing. But I'm gonna go with no right now.
If you don't want to answer questions, maybe you want to hear me say things.
Actually, I don't want to hear you say things.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want to hear you say things.
He adopts a lighter tone.
Hear that? He wants you to say things. Say one. Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
Okay, I'm doing this investigation. A man is hanged.
So, do you know who hanged him?
Not yet.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, I do. There's a very strong lead. Hey, also, now when there's 4 of us, we could actually detain the Hardy Boys, you know? There are at least 3 guns in this group. Hey, why am I telling you this?
I don't know. Why are you?
It's like you felt it would be intellectually stimulating and would lead somewhere. Accustomed even? Strange. Who knows why we do the things we do? Somehow, bouncing those ideas off the man with sunglasses felt calming. Like,
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it?
Okay then, see you around.
Watch out for yourself, loser.
Hey,
okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right?
I know who he is.
There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at. But still.
I was thinking the same thing. I should just ask him if we're from the same station.
Yes, just cross it off the list. It's probably not true, though.
What? What are you talking about? God damn it. I hate when the game is behind what you already know. Like, when it's not catching up.
Again?
Or there's no
I
option
can't
to
believe this shit.
jump ahead. Look, I just have to ask, are we from the same police station?
I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say?
No option to object, really.
Okay.
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind. Not a cop.
What are you
Go
lying
on
to
with your
me?
cop work. Don't let me stop you again.
Jesus.
Can I help you?
Don't have enough money.
I've got nothing to say.
Behind the dock workers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. The men are talking, but you swear you hear those black limbs tap on the window as the wind blows outside.
Why is it so important?
You see 2, maybe 3 bushes grown into a single thicket over a period of circa 50 years. It takes time for a hedge like that to form. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside. You're not so sure about that. Somehow you just know there's something out there behind the glass.
There's something out there.
Yeah, your mother.
It's not a very good mother joke, but the room still laughs. Something about those mother jokes just works.
Not time yet.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous.
There he is again, the smoker on the balcony, right here in the whirling and rags. Hello, adjust your time.
I see you found yourself a little something from my wardrobe. Not bad. Not bad at all. What brings you here?
What are you doing here?
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
I live here, my room is upstairs.
Convenient. But what are you doing here? Talking to me?
Muscular type what? Tell me again about that muscular type who came to investigate the crime.
Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions.
I totally forgot about this. What did you tell him?
Nothing. That I didn't see anything.
Did you tell him about your friend?
What friend?
He takes another drag of his cigarette before knitting his brows. Your Sunday friend, they're the witness.
No, I don't think it came up.
What did he look like?
Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types.
He shrugs nonchalantly. So one of the mercenaries of the Joyce? MI people? Was he alone?
Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece.
What was he saying?
Just reporting back whatever I was telling him.
Besides muscular, did he have any other identifying traits?
Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries.
Could it be the same guy who was hanged? Could also be the guy who's now acting as a rebel leader on the streets.
He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese.
I don't remember what's Oranese supposed to be. Thanks for the information.
Sure. Anything else on your mind?
I met your Sunday friend.
You did? And how did you like him?
A small smile adorns his face. You were right, he was magical, magically bureaucratic.
I told you, he can be very useful. I guess that's the charm of powerful people.
Who is he?
A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He can always return.
He smiles, and his smile seems melancholic. Return where?
To his opportunities in Occident, Sur la Clé. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village.
He breathes in and keeps his lungs filled for a moment before letting it out.
Or is it just money? I don't know.
He stares at the bar. What are you two?
Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time.
What does it mean, a Sunday friend?
That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess.
Is that even a friend?
It is. On Sundays.
He smiles. Why was he staying at your place in the middle of night?
He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean.
He waves gently with his cigarettes holding hand. Okay, so he's not a prostitute. They actually have a relationship, kind of. I don't want to talk about other people. I want to talk about you.
Hmm? What about me, gendarme?
About this robe I'm wearing.
You can keep it. I don't mind. I can appreciate beauty when I see it.
I like to carrying a piece of you. Okay. Let's see where this is going. Thanks, I like. It's like carrying a piece of you with me at all times.
Is it now? Well, enjoy it.
Only 17%. That's so little. I mean, my composure, I don't think will go up anytime. So let's shoot.
It's the sports. He's a sports guy, all about that physical prowess and athletic skill. Nothing else here.
He doesn't know.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
He's not athletic at all. Alright. Well, let's just make sure.
Looks like the circus left town.
Tighty boy
but
has
the clowns are still
nothing
here.
new to say. 28 now. Thanks to the drugs. Still no time. The soft purr of an electric juicier comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. An aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air. All my senses are kicking in because of the drugs.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple. The door does not budge.
I don't remember what I need for the door.
Oh, hello, dear. There.
Oh shit! I missed click.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Kuna, I found your shack.
Yeah, Did you fuck in there?
What was it with the pig head?
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
Cool pig head, I liked it. I got one too. This one. This shit.
What?
What is this shit? Fucking on yourself. This is weird level shit. Kuno doesn't go there.
Fuck your shit back to normal. What is this?
Well played. No one saw that coming.
I found a plate covered with the powder residue. Know anything about it?
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
What's with the tube of magnesium, Kuno?
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
He looks at you like you just pointed at the sun and asked what it was.
You could use some.
It's magnesium, right?
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a battle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno! He's gonna use it against you, Kuno!
I know all about magnesium. I rock it all the time.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
He looks at you, eyes bulging.
Fuck you, pig! Don't do mag! You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die!
I've heard enough of this.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. The fuck do you want with good call, pig? Kuno doesn't...
Alright. It's going to end soon. So just what's in my lead here? Can't ask Joyce because I don't have a badge. Armor pieces, we don't have a lead really. I mean, we have, but we need to get to the village. A fishing village. A caller. Oh yeah. We need to call into the station to ask about the serial
Inside,
number.
you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Maybe
Pull out
we'll get
toolbox
a
and
name
the
of the
soft glow
guy
of the fuel preheater gauge.
who got hanged.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Did you find out more about the owner of the armored boots?
Sorry, sir. I still haven't heard back from the database people.
What?
Try calling again later. Is there anything else I can do for you?
But you said to call right today.
57, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Right. Please hold.
10-4, come in. 5, roger that. 10-10, over and out.
Yeah, nothing new. Okay. The spirited chirps and clicks of swallows fill. Okay. Yeah, whatever.
Officer,
God damn it. Pull yourself together, René. What do you want?
All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabineers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Don't you mean Frissel the Fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn.
He adds, he turns back to you.
There's something you missed. You'll get to it. Don't worry.
I saw the statue of Philip III near the roundabout.
Ah, yes! King Philip III on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
What was that about cocaine?
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take the responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler?
He asks, obviously annoyed.
That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine. For clarity of vision. To aid in their work. Regnum cocainum. Revachol's finest years.
He seems to grow taller, braving with pride about the past.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
The lieutenant marks dryly.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in labor. And it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
The cocaine baby.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes sense. He's just making excuses for the king's habits, isn't he? No, he really believes what he's saying. He has completely accepted the narrative of transcendence through cocaine use.
Should I mention this? Because Kim didn't see me to use speed. I myself use speed to transcend.
Please, officer, don't encourage him. Do spare us the cocaine fairy tales. The RCM isn't interested in them.
Yes, indeed. We're not here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
How should a true king rule?
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood.
Seems to me a leader should take care of his people before himself.
A nation is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to...
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
There's some weariness in his voice now. He's heard this rant many times before.
The carabiner doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve. No one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come, still in that antique uniform. It's a symbol for him.
Let's talk about something else. Yeah, and everything is running out. René, I found your guard booth.
Yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the nights. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you.
Oh, maybe I can find him there at night?
I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
He adds with a slight sigh.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
So who was working your shift that night?
No one. The bus has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
He nods before hesitantly continuing.
Look, officers. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Mostly decorative.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
He tries to argue.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabinier's pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
I don't know, it doesn't sound like something this Everard character would do. We also haven't seen his twin anywhere. Edgar, I think it was. Everard gets it, big guys looking after the small and everyone working together. I love it. Such dependency only weakens a man further. Do or die, there is no middle ground. René is but one man. We need a program. Get all the elderly back to the job market. Keep folks motivated. René should rent out his services, invest the profit, get few more guys, expand and repeat. Wage work is a dead end. There is absolutely nothing wrong with tear collecting. It's my side thing too. Proud hold out the tear bag. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the tear collecting. It's my side thing too.
Oh, I didn't mean to imply there's something wrong with that. I do it too. Everyone does it. It's an excellent side thing.
The jolly man says quickly.
Yes, yes, yes. Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now?
The carabinier utters angrily.
He is not going to become an entrepreneur.
I saw a picture in there. You were in it. You looked happy. Who's the girl?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
His features stiffen and he gets a cold look.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Gaston speaks with a soft voice. Got it, thanks.
Yes. Like I said, I would be up anyway, so might as well
it
keep an eye
refreshed.
out. It keeps my senses sharp.
So every time I get a bonus to the roll, it refreshes, I think.
Still, all you see is an old soldier refusing to replace his uniform with a civilian attire.
Anything else I can assist
Should have shut
you
up
with,
more
officer?
drugs, actually. Ugh.
There. Working class drunk. You know what this means, right? Cracked it. All in a good day's work.
Wait, what did I crack exactly?
What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is.
It's her husband, the missing husband.
Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell the working class woman. Protect and serve, recruit. Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing her? But he is missing. You heard her. The worry in her voice.
Give me champagne, I'm going in.
There's no need for champagne when there's honor, recruit. Go and tell the working class woman what you found, right now.
Was it the same guy who's been standing around there? Protect and serve, ma'am. I found your husband.
God damn it, I already told you. My husband isn't missing.
She crosses her arms. Well, I found... But you said you didn't know where he was.
And I specifically added that I didn't need to know where he was.
Well, I found him nevertheless. I'm that good.
Very well then. Where is he?
There.
Excuse me?
She blinks.
I don't follow.
There's something else hiding in her voice, though. A trace of worry.
I found a working class drunk and I thought he might be yours.
Right, cause working class women come with alcoholic husbands. You know what?
She glances over your shoulder towards the drunk.
Remember, about that what. Never ever say what.
Something bad, I guess. I'm sorry. I say stupid things sometimes. I didn't mean to annoy.
You were right. I do have an alcoholic husband. Although not that one.
So is he missing as well?
No, he's not. Or maybe he is, I don't know. He's probably in the park or in Shamrock somewhere, drinking with his friends.
She looks away.
I haven't seen him for... Well, to hell with him.
Okay. She has completely forgotten about her books, staring blank into the distance instead.
There. She's worried now.
Don't worry, I'm going to find him and bring him back home, promise.
She sighs, but you can detect a slight hint of gratitude and relief from her face.
Even though I have no idea how he looks like.
Alright, go ahead. Do you have any questions?
Go ahead. What does your husband look like?
Honestly, not that different from you.
He eyes you from head to toe. So, let me guess, he's disco?
Oh, thank God, no. It hasn't come down to this yet.
Why did you say that your husband resembles me then?
Well, he's slightly chubby.
I see, what else?
What else? He was wearing a dark brown leather jacket with a bright blue inner lining. The lining is hand-sewn. I made it myself.
She sighs, her voice slightly quivering when she adds.
It's his cool jacket. God knows it's too cold to run around in this, but he refuses to change. I even tried throwing it away once, but he just dug it out of the bin. Can you believe it?
She looks back at you, shaking her head. Well, if that jacket was really that cool, then I can totally understand.
Well, what can you do? I hope that at least that extra lining helps him keep warm at night. I wouldn't like him to catch cold.
She's thinking about him out in the cold, in some park, or on the coast. And it's making her more and more worried.
When did you last see him?
Yesterday morning. He went to the library. He went to retrieve my book, and he promised he'd walk straight back home. Because we talked about this. We talked about not wandering off again. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do with his addiction. Just makes me feel weak.
Gone for around 36 hours then. Damn, this is a missing persons case. She turns away from you in an attempt to recover.
I think I got these things.
So you are going to look for him?
Maybe.
She genuinely wants you to know. Don't make her ask.
Yes, I'll bring him back home. To you.
Thank you. Please do. Even though I'm sure he will return home by himself. I'm still sure of that.
You sense gratitude in her voice.
I'm sure he will too. When he does, would you let Precinct 57, Kim Kitsuragi, know?
He gives her a slip of paper.
I will. Of course, officer. As I said, it's probably nothing. Right.
She gives you a short.
Every snowflake is like a little...
Maybe I should just go to Waterlock. Also have some bottles to drop. Shadows on the water, green plants under the calm surface.
You're back. Good. What can I...
Yeah, usually there's nothing new when I come back. And it's not like you're losing time when you do it, really. I can keep doing this. Well, I'm losing real time only.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lot. You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep
Shutting in drugs just to pick a clothing piece, I don't know. Ah, why the hell not?
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy.
Something cold grazes your
A winner.
Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
That's terrible.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
What was this thing?
The speakers
Shoes?
below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Got any smokes on you?
Nope. Don't smoke.
He nods towards the big lorry behind him.
Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse.
Don't smoke, but he
Or waiting for the
smokes.
sweet release of
Here,
death.
I don't... What?
Yup, nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add. You'll have to ask around elsewhere.
Guess I'll ask around then.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3 T's. Rebishaw's weird.
Strange that I'm asking about it. I've changed my mind about your friend. Actually, no. There was something about not pushing him further. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask them if they have any fuel, but I'm guessing
An old monument.
they can't. There's also a lady that I might ask about the pail, maybe.
Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
I think I know what's going on with you.
And what is that?
You're a pail driver, you transport goods through the pail.
Great. He asked the Pines rep about the pail, and now he's talking to everyone about it. Fine then. Just try not to black out again, and don't contemplate. We don't have time for that.
It's death, but for the universe, oh, we're contemplating the living shit out of this.
Oh, I'm contemplating, Kim. I'm drawing existential conclusions from this.
Exactly what I didn't want you to do. Ma'am, my partner wanted to know if you work in Pale Transport.
He sighs and turns to the woman.
No offense. But your partner?
She lights the cigarette. A white and silver cloud of smoke disappears into her mouth.
Seems like a bit of an idiot.
She breathes out. The air tastes sweet. From sheer heartbreak. I blacked out after a night of heavy drinking and lost all my memory of the world.
Like Gabriel Buenguerro in Pergunte a Poeira. You're the opposite of me, then. I remember everything. Even things I never knew.
She nods and smiles unkindly. Things you never knew.
The smell of liquor on Gabriel's lips after the shoot. In the motor park. The roses on the day of Franco Negro's coronation. On the grand stairs of Ryle. The smoke from the Fowling piece when Dolores Day was shot. The look on her face, like an orgasm. The wound in her chest. My hand in my father's hand. Except I never had a father. And I never shot her innocent Dolores Day.
Over radiation?
Heroic doses, Hervé. Heroic.
Isn't that dangerous?
Thought insertion? Dithering? The Grad Catalan Magistral? It's more than dangerous. It's sad. But at first I had to make a living. Now, when you've seen it all go away like that, rolling off like the sea, and then come back to this...
She gestures at the square, the broken horse monument, the clanging of the machines in the distance.
What are we doing here? For thousands of years, Gabriel. It doesn't have to be like this. We can just give up. We can just become a vapor.
What does it look like, that pale?
Like looking into the ocean at night. In the dark.
So it's black. So it's like black hole, but like a black sea, a liquid. And
you cannot see it, but you know it's there. And it's big, bigger than anything. Bigger than all the other things combined.
What does it feel like?
Nothing. Until it starts. When you are deep enough. Then, for me, it's like autumn. Dark, gray, and orange. The orange of street lights and the color of streets and electric light. It smells like autumn too. It smells terrible.
Nostalgia. Cooped up in the cabin, shaking. Terrible nostalgia. For yourself. For humans. It's too much to bear. She loves it.
How do you pass through it?
In the belly of an airship, behind the stair windows. So you don't look straight into it. It's not advised to look into it.
Not on this lorry, then?
No, the same one, a roller. They all are nowadays. Special wheels for connecting to the floor of the hold.
She points to the machines, clumped up like toys. One last thing, you said we can just become a vapor?
Yes.
No elaboration.
I feel I already have what you have in some way.
They say there is a point, one that I have not crossed. In the Pale Super Deep. If you stray too far, of course, on the U41A, or in Lomonosov's land, where every step you take is one step further from home, no matter the direction. It's a point you cannot come back from. Your mind becomes so radiant with the past, there is a flip. Instead of writing, it erases memory, nearing some kind of indescribable finale. Maybe you've been down the motorway south?
She looks at her cigarette. It's almost out. She has swallowed it hungrily. None at you. The motorway south?
It's a story as lone horsemen tell. Lone horsemen, Sheriff, not Pale drivers. Way beyond the established Pale that's lit by radio frequencies, where it goes silent and dark, and the process begins. Erasure, kilometer by kilometer, in any direction. The motorway south is a road you cannot come back from.
In the center of this town, there's a ghostly motorway, she sang.
It takes all the people where they want to stay.
They say I've been away on a kind of holiday.
She replies silently. How she replies silently if she said it? What is at the end of motorway south?
No one knows what's at the end. I've only glimpsed the beginning.
She takes the cigarette out of the cigarette holder and extinguishes it.
I've only felt it in the distance, when I was a child. A child rowing on the lake.
More thoughts. Miam?
Josiana.
A sigh escapes her lips, then silence as she stares within herself.
There is nothing more to do now. She's far away. She is receding in the clutches of some indescribable scattered emotion. A child descending.
You've fried both your brains enough for today, detective.
He inspects her, no response.
Let's get some air. This one's far gone.
He shakes his head silently as he turns to leave. Another one. Motorway south. -1 visual calculus, bizarre angles. At the edge of the map, the landless begins to disintegrate into pure trigonometry. The ocean melts, becoming a tangle of sines? Oh yeah, sines and cosines. The mountain range turns into a sharp-angled azimuth. Its green range shadow dithers, like music turning into a waveform, and then vanishes. This is the end, a half-remembered textbook from your childhood, the porch collapsing on the edge of the Isola. Transitioned from reality to Pale. A single vector shoots out like a rocket. It's the motorway south, splintering off from the known Pale. To where? Where does it go? Yeah, I'm kind of curious about this. There's so many. Whoa. We got just 2 speeds. That's nice. Also, do we have extra bottles each day? I wonder.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Hey, tough guy, I had some questions.
Things are busy enough. You going to waste less of my time?
Maybe.
The hulking man oozes stark skepticism.
What exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you are unable to breach the entrance?
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Why don't you talk to them?
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
Odd, out-of-place colonial reference there, Mr. Scab Leader.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
The man rubs his jaw, a perfect lightly bearded square wedge.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Wait, what's the bonuses for the finished thought from this? Oh yeah, hitting morale. Come on.
The tear machine stands. Your bottles clunk into...
Oh, that's nothing. I did talk to Kuna, right? Wait a sec. Was it?
There are several footprints in the mud.
Is it
left by
because of my
workers.
higher perception?
Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
What kind of boots?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Lieutenant Walker's boot tracks.
Noted.
Eight pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. Where else have we seen a gang of men in work boots? That's right. The hardy boys in the mess hall of whirling in rags.
Why it just came out right now? Because I have very low perception and now because of speed I have it better. Also, why it only gave me a psyche this time? Go over them one by one.
1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 46. Just like Titus was wearing in his booth. This is the big dick. Titus Hardy. The one with the ball cap on his head. Is it? They didn't even bother to change boots. Putting them on the scene is easy. Maybe even too easy. 2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. Either the blonde muscular guy, Glenn, or the young guy with a plectrum around his neck.
How do you know that? You're able to tell the size of their shoes just by looking?
3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 43. The inked banger, perhaps. 4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46. Theo, the old smoker. You think you even see a tiny fleck of cigarette ash inside the print. 5. Another standard work boot. Reinforced toes. Number 44. Same as before. Either the musician, Eugene, or the muscle-bound blonde, Glenn. 6. Light as air. Same make of boot, but number 41. Small like a rat. Shanky.
I'm pretty good at this, ain't I?
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens, and the tracks burn in it with strange beauty. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot. Number 46. The imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. Fat Angus. Carrying something? 8. Another standard work boot. Number 44.
8.
There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole. The right sole is smoother, more worn. Curious. A missing 8th Hardy Boy.
I mean, what about the corpse? He should have a boot print in there.
7 sets of tracks, right? The Hardy Boys were here.
8 actually. The lieutenant has been tracking your eyes' movements.
That's all? Interesting. Then one of them seems to be missing. Anything else out of the ordinary?
Yeah, why don't they count the victim right now? Also, what is this?
Note to self. This would be a good question to ask Titus. Where's the 8th man? A leader like Titus doesn't let one of his guys out of sight easily, especially at a time like this.
What am I doing here? Light step number 41 shoe.
I'm guessing that's the skinny Hardy Boy. The one with his front teeth missing.
You mean the rat-faced one?
Yes, well, he did look a bit like a rat. You're right. Do you think those prints belong to him?
Yes.
I could still be wrong, but I'm probably not.
I mean, we already know all that. A heavy one, 200 kilograms imprint.
200? This could be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up. Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built armored man. Maybe it was a fat Hardy Boy, the one sitting in the middle.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Also, was he carrying this guy on his back? Like, shouldn't it be easier for him to drag him? You're right, the fat guy was... guy from the booth was carrying the victim.
Possibly, yes.
The lieutenant marks something down in his notebook.
But why?
You are thinking, why did they have to carry him?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe the carrier wanted to impress his peers, demonstrate his physical might.
Could be that, but the victim wasn't conscious. Probably. Could he have been showing off? Maybe the carrier wanted to impress his peers.
You mean a display of athletic ability meant to belittle the victim? A local champion carrying the intruder alone? I can see it. Anyway, the others?
Yeah, maybe it's not that important. An aberration, one soul is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the missing Hardy boy. Wonder who he is.
Are the boots also the working boots? Do you have any ideas, Lieutenant? Also, we know there is another guy, but he's not exactly a Hardy boy, the Irish one. What about the weight too? Could it have been the Edgar, the brother of Everard? Do you have any ideas, Lieutenant?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor? Or maybe a drummer?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
A drummer? That's stupid.
A drummer only uses the right foot for the kick drum. You're right, it's stupid. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
Interesting, if only I had come up with this idea.
He doesn't seem to hear you, looking south toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent. The engines are all turned off.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yes, prudent.
Mm-hmm.
How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
Yeah, they wouldn't have lasted at this point, like, come on. It would be a miracle they lasted a day. Let alone a week.
It is not impossible.
How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
So far, so good. Only one thing missing.
He looks at the tracks, face lighting up from the realization.
Of course, there were 8 tracks, but there are only 7 Hardy Boys.
Yeah, we already knew that. I mean, why do I need to repeat this shit? I know, 8 tracks, 7 Hardy Boys.
Which one is missing, do you think? I'm going to say it was our old soul.
He's not going to let you steal his thunder twice.
So the odd soul was present at the lynching, but isn't in the mess hall right now.
Yes. I doubt the Hardys are going to tell us who this person is. For now, it's best if we just keep our eyes open. I'm sure our investigation will eventually lead us to the old soul.
It doesn't mean that he was one of the Hardy Boys. Could be, but also could be like someone else entirely. Could also be a woman. Actually, maybe we would be able to tell if it was a woman. What about the low girl? She could be 8. Though it's weird why she would have a worn out soul. We've been through all of this. So it just came up because of my speed, right? Wow, and I only needed 2 of perception, really? I'm pretty sure it's not because of the Wednesday. I should have seen this right at the beginning. Jeez. I'm missing so much because my perception is so shit. Or maybe it was flashlight. I don't know. Well, going to take a break now. Thanks for watching. We'll be back soon enough.